Hey everyone, I'm a software engineer. I've been working professionally in the industry for the last 8 years doing full stack development for a wide range of companies. I will get this right like all the way through and through one of these days, but I've been working at a wide range of companies from 3-person startups all the way up to 25,000 employees. And over the last a little over 5 weeks now, actually, I've been streaming my game development learning journey using the Godot open source game engine. Most of my career I've been using JavaScript, TypeScript, Node, AWS. But recently, I've been a lifelong gamer, so I've been, super interested in games. But recently I've really wanted to dive into game development and build myself out something that I could be, proud of, or at least learn from. Just give me something else to do. So I've built out a playground that I can build different systems, features, different things that I might want to add to a game in the future. What I'm building at right now isn't really meant to be a full-fledged game at some point, but it's kind of building the foundation for being able to do that in the future. And I almost feel like I'm kind of getting to the point where if I wanted to actually dive into a idea that I had, a game concept, I could actually start doing that and build out a little demo. Obviously, it takes a lot of time. I've been doing, over the last 5 or 6 weeks that I've been streaming. You can see the timer kind of in the bottom right above my video there. I've been streaming for at least 37 hours. I started this a couple weeks after I started, so it's really been probably closer to 50 or 60 hours now that I've been streaming. And so, as I do with every stream, I show a demo, but basically what I'm saying is over the last like 60-ish hours, this is what I've built out. And I'd even done a little bit before that. So there's a lot of time and effort that goes into making games. I always knew that it was a difficult endeavor, that there was a lot to learn, so many different aspects to cover. It's way more than just coding and making things happen. Like there's so much, storytelling, there's audio design, there's just game systems, there's all kinds of stuff. So it really is like, I understand why people take years and years to build out their games and their passion projects, unless they're doing it full time, and then it's a little bit easier. But these cycles of games where you could have, a handful of people working on it for years and get it released is just kind of wild. So enough exposition. Let's dive into kind of what I've built so far. So we find ourselves here at a main menu. You can continue a game, start a new game, load a game. I built out a save system so you can delete save files, load save files, do all of that kind of stuff. If we start a new game here, get ourselves in. Hopefully my audio isn't too loud. You find yourself looking top down at a player, which you move around with keyboard and mouse, and then you can control where they're looking with your mouse. The basic premise behind the game is that it's nighttime. You can only see this is a recent change that I made actually in the last stream. Previously there was a flashlight that you could see a little bit farther away, but as one of the mechanics of the game, things that I want to add later is the ability to have a flashlight as an actual item. And that way that's something that you might be able to find later, and it becomes like a more powerful item. But basically it's nighttime. You can only see enemies when they're close to you or when they're kind of lit up with some light. So at some point I'll be adding like different I have a couple different ideas for lights, whether it be like lamppost type things, or I kind of want to build a system where the moon is casting light, like a vague light on different areas of the map as you move around, and maybe create like a weather system with clouds. Not that you can see the clouds, but like kind of simulated where the moonlight kind of shines through. So we can see our first zombie has found our way to us. If we open up our inventory here, I was doing some testing, but the basic premise is that you'll start with like a baseball bat, and that's something that I might get to in this stream. And you can equip these weapons. It's all drag and drop. one of the things I added in the last stream was a torch, which itself has a light box around it. So you can see kind of behind the player here as I equip the torch, we see the light show up. And so that's basically saying, you know, we have a wider range that we can see an enemy, essentially. But there's the delineation between ranged and melee weapons. So in this case, we have 2 melee weapons, a torch and a sword, and then a rifle. The only consumable item currently in the game is rifle ammo that you need to use the rifle. It starts fully loaded, but it only has 8 bullets, so you'll run out of that quickly. But if we, excuse me, start swinging at the zombie with our torch. Let me save the game in case I accidentally die here. After a certain number of hits, and one of the things I might add in this stream is damage over time with fire. So one of the attributes of a torch might be that it lights zombies on fire. So that might be a cool little system to build and kind of understand how I would build that out a little bit more. But we kill a zombie and we find that it has a little bit of rifle ammo, which will help us in the future. I've built out a save system, like I mentioned. I've built out a chunking system, so if we zoom out, we can see as the player moves around, new chunks are loaded in and other chunks are unloaded, and that's in an effort to just not render and load too much stuff in the background. It's theoretically right now infinite. You can go as far to the left, north, like, you know, northwest, southeast as you want. There isn't a whole lot to do. I've added chests, so you can find those randomly in the game. I probably need to make these. I'm realizing actually I probably need to make all of the elements of the map hide and disappear with the light itself. So if we, you know, unequip our torch here, there's a bug obviously with viewable zombies here, and that's one of the things that as I was getting to the last stream I needed to fix, so that's kind of going to be the first thing we fix here. But we should probably not be showing the trees and the chests and stuff when as well as the dead zombies when there is no, wow, it's a lot of ammo, when there is no that was weird. When there's no light on it, that would just give a little bit more, I think, ambiance to the game. And so maybe that's something we'll add as well. But there are chests, you can get more ammo. Eventually there will be more weapons and things to get from them and consumables and whatnot. All things that will be added in due time. But yeah, that's everything I've built so far. I feel like every time I do this, and I've built some more stuff. There's weapon delay. There's not a weapon knockback. There's what I call Sixth Sense, which there's no sound in the game. So currently, it's if just put yourself kind of in the shoes of the character that's here. If you were in a dark environment, like, yeah, it might be hard to see things, but you could probably hear zombies as they approach. I gotta fix this weird bug going on right now with the visibility of enemies here. I actually think I know how I'm gonna fix this now. Just based on one of the other, just like hiding and showing other elements of the game. Anyway, Sixth Sense, it's this little yellow triangle or yellow rectangle square here. Wow, my shapes, I'm not good with my shapes. It basically allows you to like get a kind of sense of where a zombie's coming from, just to make it a smidge easier to not, you know, die to a zombie like that. But yeah, every time I do this, it gets a little bit longer. It takes a little bit more time at the beginning of the stream. I mean, we're, what, 10 minutes in now, and I'm still explaining kind of the basic premise, so it's kind of fun. It's nice being able to like add more stuff and get to talk about it, and yeah, let's get going here. Let me just add an assertion message here. Sprite path must not be empty string. All right, so let's jump back into the game actually, because I kind of glossed over the. Okay, we have a bug with. Let's fix this first, actually. So, what I was adding towards the end of the last stream was light sources to weapons. And I was doing that in service of torches, possibly being able to like add a flashlight to a ranged weapon, for example. But basically being able to show a asset for a particular weapon and then have light emit from it. And so I've created a scene called base weapon scene that contains a circular light source. At some point you might have other types of light sources. So I might create a generic light source class that can take different shapes and whatnot passed into it. But for now, the only use case I have for lights, and this will change obviously with flashlights, but the only use case I have right now is circular lights. And so I've just created this circular light source scene and explicitly put it on the base weapon scene. But I didn't do really any testing to get this working. So when we continue a game, as we're loading everything from the save files and putting everything into the scene tree, we have a bug where the texture that we're setting, so I assume it's line 21 here. Yeah. Sprite path is probably not, doesn't exist. Invalid set index. Oh, no, actually, I take that back. Sprite path exists, but weapon sprite scene, for whatever reason, hasn't been added to the scene tree yet. So when we try to set the texture, this is basically a null instance until it's been added to the scene tree. So let's go back and see how we're instantiating this. Okay, so we're instantiating it by default on a weapon, which I think should be fine. But we're also, we're also using it in player, because player is what we're actually, is where we're actually adding it to the scene tree. So we're, when a weapon is equipped, which happens, both when we're loading in the game as well as in the inventory, as we're, obviously equipping and unequipping weapons. We are getting the weapon, we're setting, doing some weapon delay stuff, and we're saying if the weapon exists, so basically, if we have a weapon in our weapon inventory slot, we want to get a reference to the base weapon scene, which is the actual scene that we want to add to the scene tree to show which weapon you have equipped, and then we add that to the base weapon scene here. But clearly, when we're calling ready here, weapon sprite scene hasn't been instantiated, and that's what we need to figure out. I'm not fully understanding why. Invalid set index texture on base null instance. Because this, so ready shouldn't be called until it's added to the scene tree. Which means, let's go back to weapon here. How am I? Okay, we've got base weapon. What are we doing here? We're adding the sprite path when we're instantiating the weapon. Sprite path must exist. So that looks fine. So we're setting sprite path. We're only setting is light source enabled for, in this case, the torch. We have the option to set the scale if we'd like, although it seems like we... I don't know that this ever gets used anywhere, does it? No, it doesn't, so we'll need to adjust that, but that's not a big deal for now. But weapon sprite scene does not... is a null instance. By the time it gets here, though, it should already have been added to the scene tree. So why are we... what is the ordering? So it's happening when the player's ready, equip weapon. Adding the child, it gets added to the scene tree, then ready's called. Doesn't seem to happen on... doesn't seem to happen on, like once you're in the game. So it's just when you're continuing a game. Maybe I need to make sure that weapon.base weapon is a thing. Like, so if weapon.base weapon is base weapon, like maybe it's then we can add it. Let's give this a try again. Hold on, actually I need to back into scripts and close this here. Let's exit out. Let's start this up again. Now same issue. Invalid set index texture on base null instance. We've had this issue before. And usually what it requires doing is having weapon sprite, in this case, be something we instantiate programmatically and add to the child when because onReady var, I guess, is maybe only accessible once. I mean, I clearly have a misunderstanding of what's happening here, but let's so weapon sprite is just a sprite 2D. So we should be able to just say sprite and sprite 2D equals sprite 2D dot new, I guess, in this case. Then we should be able to say sprite dot texture is loaded. And then we just need to say self dot add child sprite. And I think that should work, and then we can get rid of weapon sprite, because I don't think there are any attributes of this that really... we're not doing anything specifically with it, so it should be... that should work. No, invalid set index texture... Okay, so we got that issue again, unfortunately, where Godot likes to... did I not save it? What happened there? Because this code doesn't exist. Oh, sprite.texture. On null instance. Why is sprite null instance? Or it's... also, why isn't instantiate working? Okay. How Godot, how to programmatically create a sprite 2D. All right, let's just go to sprite 2D real quick. Yeah, I'm not understanding why we can't instantiate this. Hmm. Okay, that's unhelpful. Do I just have like a complete misunderstanding of what sprite 2D is? I would expect that we'd be able to instantiate it the way we're instantiating any other programmatic element. So like if we go into game UI, maybe game UI is not actually the best example here. Game over UI, aren't we? So we're instantiating action button scene. We're doing everything else though in okay. Godot sprite 2D dot instantiate not working. Hey dude, yeah, I'm feeling much better. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. How's your Sunday going? Okay, I have to do get node sprite 2. No, that's not right. What is the difference between the sprite 2D class and the sprite 2D scene that you can add as a child? Hold on. Maybe it's no. Nice. Good luck with that. I don't think you ever messaged me on Twitter with it. I was gonna look at it off stream, but I never ended up getting a chance because I don't know where to go. Well, okay, why isn't this working? Is it not a scene? Is that why? I guess it's not a scene. It's weird though. So how am I supposed to... Because I don't think... Like texture exists, but it looks like sprite... How to... How can you? Okay. I mean, that's literally what I'm doing. Why is it yelling? Maybe it's something to do with the typing here. Spread.texture, load, PNG, add child. I don't get this. Self.add child, sprite. We're not even getting to that point though because it says texture doesn't exist, so I don't understand. Invalid set index. Okay, we get a different error. Enabled with value of type bool. Okay, I guess it's the same thing here. So instead of doing an onReady var and adding it before, we should just preload it. So we'll preload circular light source. This way we can say circular light source equals circular light source scene dot instantiate. And then we'll say circular light source dot enabled is true. Do the same thing here. Enabled is false. And then we need to say self dot add child circular light source. And then we'll get rid of it in base weapon scene. Which should be fine to do. Let's give this another go. Okay, so now we enabled the torch, but the okay, so the torch, I think it's working, but it's so small. I need to set the scale. So this is where I was having an issue before. You just DM'd me on Twitter. Yeah, it'll always be Twitter in my eyes too. It will always be Twitter in my eyes. Okay, let's, so now we need to set the scale. So, either way, we should do, circular light source dot set scale, or is it just scale? I think it might just be scale equals self dot weapon light source scale. So just actually, if we do torch, and we want to do self dot base weapon dot weapon light source scale. I think I'm just setting this as a vector, so I can do vector 2, and I think we had it at 9.9 before. Very cool. You make I make you want to do this or to learn this. Yeah, it's fun. It's been a really good time. I'm like really starting to feel in my element with it. Okay, I think this did actually make it slightly bigger. Hold on. Yeah, it did. Okay, so it needs to be way more than 9 by 9. But that's easy to do. Your theme being like a Mac OS interface, you'd love to find people building cool stuff and add them as an app in the App Store. Nice. How are you, well, I guess I don't really fully understand what you guys are building, so, and I'll take a look at it as well, but let me know. I have one monitor and then an iPad that I use with screen mirroring. So 2 technically. I used to have, I used to do like widescreen and then have another monitor and then an iPad. Like I used to be crazy with my monitors. And then a handful of months ago, I was like, you thought Godot was canceled for their ridiculous PR? What does that mean? I guess I haven't been following the news, or are you thinking of Unity? Because Unity's had some really bad PR over the last year or two. Yeah, I'll check it out for sure. But yeah, I used to have like 3 monitors and like a widescreen and a normal one. TheOnlyPrompt.com. All right, I'm gonna trust you on this one that I'm not going to some weird website here. But anyway, I used to have a bunch of monitors, and then I several months ago bought myself a nice 4K monitor, 32 inches, I think. And so that's all I use now, and I've realized I don't need more than that. The only prompt.com. Okay, actually, hold on. I'm going to pull this here. Whoops, you guys are getting to see my other tab. So why did that move? I don't understand. The only prompt.com. Cool. Make a wish. Design your dream website in a single click. Shape your website with AI. Edit visually, edit instantly, or redesign any part of your website. No coding, no hassle. Build exactly what you envision. All right, let's give it a test. Have you guys been in beta? Looks like you guys already have testimonials. So, and it's used by some people. So what are you guys launching tomorrow? Right? You said you were launching tomorrow? Am I wrong about that? Oh, are you using this to build your website? Or wait, you built the only prompt, or you're using the only prompt to build a website? Let's give this a try. All right, Avatar 3. You did private enterprise. Nice. That's nice. How'd you guys? The only prompt is you. Yeah, cool. How'd you guys reach out to the business partners? All right, I'm logging into something. Oh, and I think you sent me the password yesterday. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna move chat off the screen. Not that like people. Oh crap. Hold on. No, OBS stop. Hold on. It's like trying to add this to. Okay, hold on. You said that's a really secure password. Okay, hopefully this isn't plain text. Let me see. No, it's not. Okay. Oh, the password you sent yesterday didn't work. I guess you Twitter DM'd me, so let me look at that real quick. I'll do it on my phone so no one on the stream can see it. Oh no, you didn't send me the password. I don't know what I'm supposed to log in with here. What am I? Shut down, restart, password. What is happening here? I don't understand what's going on. Is this like, what is this rendering here? This isn't like, this is rendering in the web browser. This isn't a video. It seems like, because everything's like a little bit slow. Dude, I have no idea what's happening right now. Yeah, this is live. Yeah, this is live. Sorry. I'm one of my viewers has built a website and like a product, and I'm exploring it right now, but I'm not understanding. It's like a whole operating system. But what is this? Is the operating system thing like actually a part of the feature, or is it just like a like different way of building? I mean, it's like a just kind of a flavor that you've added to the product itself. Build a chat app where two people can chat to each other. Error generating code. Please try again. What's going on? Wait, did it generate this time, or did I get a, oops, I think it froze. Now I can't click on anything. Oops, what's happening? Okay, go back to builder. I still don't fully understand what's happening here. Okay, let me open. How are you doing this rendering? What are you guys using to do all this? This seems like an insane amount of work to build. I guess I'm not understanding yet how this is related to the website. Like how does this messaging connect to kind of this operating system that I'm using through the web browser that looks like Mac OS? Like, I'm so confused here. I mean, it's cool. Like, this is super cool. I do have Discord, yes. I don't have a Discord server though, specifically for my streams. But I guess I can invite people to, let me just make a server real quick. All right, what is this? What kind of server is this gonna be? The main tool is the website builder. Is that this builder thing that I'm using in here? Or trying to use at least? Is this not like an insane amount of work to maintain? Because you have to like, not only do you have to build out the product, you also have to maintain this like web browser operating system that I can't tell if it's like custom or if you guys have like PR0X. I don't know what that means. Yes, okay, yes, this is the website builder. Okay, let me quickly just I don't know what you wanted to message me on Discord, but I will create a new server that is for a community. It'll be called Klingle. Let me add a photo real quick. I don't believe it's free. There's a free tier, it seems like. Okay, click the generate button instead of, okay. Build a chat app where two people can talk to each other. When do I plan to move to what? Redot? I don't know what Redot is. Oh, and also remind me, I need to go back and look at, was there some weird Godot PR thing, or was that person referring to Unity before? They said, are you still using Godot even though it was canceled? I thought Godot was canceled for their ridiculous PR. I think you're referring to Unity, but I'm not totally sure. Okay, back to Discord real quick. Sorry, I'm doing this off of the, on my other monitor. Oh, PR0X is your Discord? Okay, well, I'm just going to create a community server. And then... Okay, let me send out some invites here. One sec. How do I get a link to invite people? Invite people. Hidden use copy button. Okay, copy. If you guys want to join a Discord channel for me, I think that should do it. And I literally just set this up, so I have no other, no anything in it. So I can work on that a little bit if people are interested. Okay. All right, generate. Releasing the genie. Hello. Okay, so it created the UI for this, which I assume corresponds with the HTML CSS from here. Does it just do front end, or does it do back end as well? Because like it's making a WebSocket request to, obviously localhost port 3000, but seems like the only code it spat out was front end related. Okay, let's try build tic-tac-toe. Whoops, don't hit enter. I just hit enter. I probably broke everything. Yep, I froze it. Build tic-tac-toe. Back into it's building SPAs, single page applications. Is that what you mean? Not SAP? Cool. I will... Wow, this is pretty cool. Are you just using like ChatGPT for this? What are you, what's actually generating the code? I don't think this is basic at all. I mean, there's like a ton of work that was put into this. Yeah, single page application. SPA is it's a single page application. Oh, Sonnet 3.5. Using oh my god, why can't I remember that? It starts with an A. With a monster prompt. Yeah, I mean this is pretty good code that it's spitting out. Um, okay, what happens if I hit publish? Oh, it just downloads. What does it download? What is this? Web sim generated page. Oh, gotcha. It just generates the. Cool. This is really cool. Yeah, Anthropic, that's what it is. What's the reasoning for this whole like operating system here? Because like it almost feels like it's gonna be more difficult to maintain than it's maybe worth. I mean, it's very cool. It's like it feels like more time was spent building out the operating system thing than building the actual product. All-in-one AI web design tool built for effortless website creation. We empower users to bring their ideas to life with a few clicks. No coding required. Whether you're a business owner, designer, or just getting started, our app makes it easy to create polished, professional websites. To make web development as intuitive as possible by harnessing the power of AI from real-time previews and customization, we give you full control over every detail while making sure everything runs smoothly in the background. Shaped, design, refined with the only prompt. You can redesign any part of your website in an instant with simple prompts. Start free today and discover how quickly. Oh, you can have users save apps and launch them to the App Store. So does it? So you were mentioning backends as well, but how is that? Are you guys gonna have like a? It seems like it's mostly front end related. And then from there, how do you go about editing? You want to be able to expand stupid simple solutions on the fly and add value as you go. It looks really cool. I like the concept and the way it looks and feels. Good luck with the launch tomorrow. Netlify. Gotcha. I haven't used Netlify before, but cool. Does Netlify use AWS? Yeah, let me know how it goes. I'm excited to see what happens with it. And did you guys get like any funding or anything? Like, or like what's your, you know, obviously you don't need to tell me your financials, but like what are you guys looking to do here? Are you looking to get VC funding, or do you have VC funding? Yes, you got funding for it. Are developers too expensive? No, they're not. They're not too expensive. We need more developers. Don't get rid of developers. Yeah, Bardia Unleashing did develop the app. It's cool. It's very cool. Yeah, let me know how it goes. I'm excited to see it. It also seems if you can get prototypes up and running quickly, that could be pretty nice. Your buttons up here don't work, but maybe that's intentional. It's very cool. Very, very cool. Alrighty, let's get back to our game coding. Yeah, for sure. I can spam if other people want to join the Discord as well. I'll just add the link back into the chat. Cool, yeah, that's super exciting, dude. Good luck with the launch, and let me know how it goes. And if, you know, you ever need more developer help, just let me know. I don't have tons of time, but I'm more than happy to help out with, you know, little things here or there. Because that is what I do in my professional day job, is just all full stack stuff. Alrighty. This needs to be bigger. I think it was like maybe 30 by 30. Oops. Okay, this happened once yesterday too, where we got it. Okay, there we go. Oh, thanks, man. That's very nice of you. Okay, so we got the torch working as intended. I got so distracted, I don't even remember what I was working on here. You have 14 years of SaaS and marketing. Nice, dude. Are you one of those, you know, Bitcoin heroes who bought a bunch when you were young and now you're just like a trillionaire? So you get to spend your days building out products for other people? Or like building your own product and then selling it to other people and making even more money? Okay, where I've got so distracted. No. It's at least what you say. You're not going to tell everyone that you have cash poor asset rich. Nice. Nice. Are you based in the Bay Area, or are you elsewhere in the world? All right. Back to Notion. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was fixing. Okay, I fixed the torch. Okay, so I fixed that torch issue that we were seeing, but now I need to basically, I only want to be showing you're in Vancouver. Nice. Okay. All right. I'm realizing I'm having two problems here. This is reading out every single message, and it hasn't been an issue in most of my streams because I haven't gotten that many chats, but every time I get okay, don't read nicknames. Okay, that'll actually make it easier, because unleashing, every time that you send a message, it reads your name and then it reads your message, and it's totally good. Like, please keep chatting. But every time I hear it start talking, I can't like hear my own thoughts anymore. Yeah, you don't need to read emojis. Karen's kind of annoying. Let's try Ellen. Okay. Great. Perfect. Right, so we were talking about, oh, what the hell was that? That was weird. That did not sound good. It was like, oh, no. She's reading German. She's speaking in German now. I don't want German. I just thought it was like a German accent or something. Come on now. Is there just like a US one? Okay. Let's try Whisper. Let's see what that sounds like. Great. Okay, so basically what I was saying earlier was that I want all of the objects in the game to only show up. Probably it's going to give a little more ambiance and vibe if it only shows up when it's if it's within the like light sources that I have. So whether that's from the player, from a torch, from a lamp, from the moon, all of the zombies, the trees, the foliage, the chests, dead zombies, whatever it is, those should only show up when a light source is hitting them. So I kind of need to adjust all of the... Oh, is this going to be ridiculous? I need to adjust all of the all of the scenes in the game to basically have a light collision. That I can then turn on and off their visibility. Is that crazy? It's probably crazy, but I think it's what I have to do in order to make this happen the way I want it to. Whoops. I lost all of my chat. If anyone said anything in the last little bit, I totally just closed that. My apologies. So I didn't get the chat messages read out. I thought I got kind of quiet. There's a lot of chatting happening before. Okay, so I need to create a scene then that essentially is just an area that you can put on any object that looks for or sits on the light layer, and that way the player's light sources can turn those on and off. Oh my god, the whisper's horrible. Print hello world, what's up? Hey geometry. I changed it. This is becoming comical. The whisper is really not good. Can we get a normal voice? Samantha? Can Samantha be a good voice? Can someone else post a chat here? Chat message. Just help me get a normal person speaking. Okay, so we need to create a new... All right. Create a new folder called light detection. And then within this, we will have a scene called, I guess, light detection as well. We can change that if we need to. It's basically going to be an area, 2D. And then in this case, a child that will have a collision polygon or collision shape 2D, I guess. Oh, my bad. Thought you were still doing voices. Why are you guys posting D? Oh, no, you're good. You can keep doing voices. This person's voice is also weird. I think I'm just gonna go back to my original person's voice, which was Karen. Karen's my friend. All right, so actually let's see here. We could make it just have circles by default. We could also require passing in a collision shape to this light detector. That's based on the parent scene, but we'll just hard code it as a circle for now. Probably probably get your first bounty from Red Bull. Nice, dude. That's cool. That's very cool. Okay, so we're going to make this a circle shape. And we'll have a way to adjust the size of this. Section shape. Okay, let's add a script here. So essentially what this is gonna say is, specifically we're gonna look for when the player's light source enters this area, then we want to basically signal that this is happening. 6 trays of Red Bulls. Alrighty. So actually, you know what I think I need to do is, let me try moving this down here real quick. No, but I like having it popped out. Nah, whatever. Okay. Getting myself all distracted. It's okay. So taking a step back, we need to connect area entered and area exited. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so area entered and area exited. And so what this is basically going to do is when player's light source enters, trigger signal to turn on scenes visibility, and then do the opposite. So when it exits, trigger signal to turn off scenes visibility. Yeah, Godot's cool. It's cool. Oh, okay. I need to go back to Godot. Whoops. Godot PR scandal. I guess it's not going well. Godot engine just destroyed their reputation. Okay, what is this? Look at the conversation on the engine. It just seems like gamers have found another target for their culture war because they're good to political statements, start banning people on their Discord and social media. Oh, I don't really care. I'm still going to keep using Godot. I try not to get involved in this kind of stuff. Like, people are always going to have something that they're upset about. But if, whoops, what is this opening? Hold up. Oh my god. People are always going to have something that they're upset about. And if you cancel every product that exists because someone on the team says something weird or does something weird, then you're just going to have to go live in isolation. Literally every product, every person has said or done something that they regret, or don't regret, and just that other people disagree with, but that doesn't mean that we should stop using those products. But that's just my opinion. Everyone can have their own. Okay, so when the players. Okay, so we need to set the collision masks correctly here. So it's going to, let me go to the player real quick. So we've got enemy light collision. So it looks to layer 3. So I think we also need to then set this as living on hold on. Enemy light collision. I think it wants to look towards layer 3 because then it will see the player's, at least the player's point light, which is sitting on, or no, wait. Yeah, enemy light collision, that's, what's it sitting on? No, it's looking towards 3. So it also needs to sit on 3. I'm working on this project alone. Yeah, it's just me. Barty, I don't know if you've been to any of my streams so far. I've been streaming for the last like 5 or 6 weeks. I'm a full stack developer. I've been working in the industry for the last 8 years. And over the last 5 or 6 weeks, I've been streaming my game dev learning journey. So I've built myself out a little playground. I can just kind of show a demo of it real quick. Built out myself a little playground where I can test features, game systems, kind of do whatever I want to do with regards to game dev, but just all in service of learning so that eventually, if I want to make a game at some point in the future, I have kind of the background and knowledge of what to do. So I built out some different systems, like a chunking system, a save system, player inventories, got some UI, basic UI stuff working. Different enemies can have inventories and you can drag and drop stuff in between. Obviously you can save. One of the basic premise of the game is that it's nighttime and you can't see any enemies without a light being on them, and so that's kind of why it's you maybe have seen like the enemies pop up when they're close to the player, but I'm working on doing the same for all other assets in the game. So that's kind of what I'm building out right now, is just saying like, okay, my light source for the player is here, and you shouldn't be able to see this tree, you shouldn't be able to see this dead zombie. If we expanded it, then you would be able to, that kind of thing. So I'm building out a generic way to do that for any scene within the game. And essentially all scenes will have to inherit, though I probably can't do it explicitly. I'll have to just like remember to do it for everything. But they will all have this property, and then as the user moves around and the areas collide, we can trigger scenes becoming visible and not visible. Yeah. So that's what I'm working on right now. And okay, so this light detection on the so we basically don't want the player to be controlling what other scenes on the scene tree are, or nodes on the scene tree are visible. We want the node itself to be doing that, and so we need because of that, we basically need the node itself to understand when the player's light source, or any other light source for that matter, comes in contact with it. So I'm just creating this generic node that will help with that. So when an area enters, and I think because it's on a specific collision layer and mask, we should be able to assume that it's always going to be related to light. So when it enters, we want to signal up to the parent. So let's create a signal here. And say emit light light area entered. I think that's all we need to do. I guess we can add a Boolean. So we only need one signal. You're new to Godot. Any recommendations where to start? Yeah, I'd say YouTube tutorials are probably gonna be your friend. That's how I got into Godot at the beginning. I was telling someone else this a couple streams ago, but there's a guy I followed, Heartbeast. I watched this Godot action series tutorial 4 years ago. It's not for the latest version of Godot, so I don't think you can watch this one specifically, but I think he's done some Godot 4 stuff. Yeah, he's got this Godot 4 tutorial about building like a space shooter, it looks like. I thought it was super helpful. It was very, it was concise. Obviously, is a lot of time. It's probably several hours of content to go through. But I found that just following it, writing the code like he's writing it, was a really good way for me to just kind of get a grasp of Godot. And then from there, I've just been building out this little playground to test different features and stuff and learn. So I'm not like building out a game that I'm going to release right now. It's more for, all in service of learning. Yeah, Heartbeast was helpful for me, for sure. Okay, so we can emit this signal. Someone said documentation. Yeah, I mean, documentation's good. You just started your software engineering program trying to learn how to make games in free time. Yeah, that's great. This is what I'm doing in some of my free time. Streaming and learning game dev as well. Good luck with it. It's not easy. There's a lot to learn, but it's definitely rewarding, and I'm feeling like I'm getting to the point now where I'm like actually like I can build some stuff and it works and it's cool. And it's fun. Okay, so I don't actually think we care about the area itself. So let's make that like that. So we'll emit this when the light area is entered, which means it's up to the parent to implement this, which I kind of have an idea for how this could work. So if I actually, wait a sec. I don't even need to emit a signal here. This might be crazy, but if I say parent scene can be any packed scene, might be what I'm looking for. So instantiate it with null. When we're creating this node, we should require the parent's scene to be like a reference to it. This might be crazy, but let me see. So a reference to it passed in, and say parent scene self.parent scene equals PS. And then instead of emitting a signal here, we might be able to just say self.parent scene dot visible equals true. What is visible on, Or is there a packed like 2D scene? Hold on. Packed 2D? No, it's just packed scene. Okay, let's give this a try. And then also setting this to false again. So if we did this for the trees, for example, let's just start small. We have this top-down tree scene. If we were to add a light oh no, wait, we want to do this as a script. So that's a sprite, but I think it should be okay. Leave type as is. We want to attach a script. So if we were to preload a light detection scene, in our ready function, we can say self.visible equals false, because it'll always start as being invisible. Then we'll create the light detection scene. And we'll actually say, we'll create a reference to this so we can access it easily later. So we'll say light detection is null. Self.light detection equals light detection scene dot instantiate. And I think we should have to pass in, wait, maybe init isn't the right thing here. Oh, when the script is instantiated. Okay, that's not what we want. Okay, let's just have an initialize function. And we'll also assert that parent scene must not be null when it's added to the scene tree. Otherwise, it's not equal null. Parent scene must be initialized. I don't know if this is going to work. I mean, I know that the ready bit is going to work, but I don't know if this concept is going to work. Okay, so we'll instantiate it. Then we'll say self.lightDetection.initialize with self, because we want access to the parent, so like the top-down tree, so that we can set visibility. And then we'll add it to the scene tree. So let's give this a try. This might be insane. No, okay. Invalid type and function initialize. The object derived class of argument 1 is not a subclass of the expected argument class. Okay, invalid type and function initialize and base the object derived class of argument. Okay, so I think that's related to passing in self. Maybe self isn't a packed scene. What is self then, if not a packed scene? If we don't do typing on it for the moment, let's see what happens. Okay, so no trees are visible. Oh my god, that just works. Holy crap. That is so cool. So now we just need to do this with everything. I love it when things just work. And so the reason why it's also not like, we can see that the light comes all the way out to here, but the tree doesn't show up. It's because the circle itself is smaller, so we need to adjust the scale to be the size of the actual scene, which we'll have to kind of do programmatically because what's up? No need to use singleton for package scene. I'm not sure what you mean. I don't think I need a singleton for this. Or are you talking about the typing itself? Because I'm actually not controlling this, like, when they do work, though, they're so far and few between not working. Yeah. Am I adding a mini map? I've kind of thought about it. I don't know. So I want to add a mini map in the sense that I want to learn how to build a mini map, but I don't think this game necessarily warrants a mini map. I think it might warrant a map itself, possibly. So like similar to like Minecraft maps, in that you move around and discover more of the map, and then that like shows up. But I don't think a mini map is like part of the vibe that I'm going for. But I think the concept of a mini map, I should be able to. I think the map solution would like achieve what the mini map is kind of going for. Make the map have hot zones with good loot zones but higher damage enemies. Yeah, so I was thinking of having like the further out you go from spawn, the more difficult enemies there will be, and then you know, different loot tables and stronger items and stuff. And I also want to add you know, maybe some like more hand-built towns and just random encounters and houses that you can go in and explore, or like dungeons you can do or whatever. Obviously a lot of that stuff is kind of way down the line. There's a lot of structure that needs to be in, like foundation that needs to be built before I can do that, but a boy can dream. Am I doing a bank system? I haven't really gotten that far yet. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, like an actual looter game. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. Honestly, the way I've been like planning out these streams is just like, I want to add this feature and I want to add that feature, and I don't really have like a long-term vision of what this is going to turn into, because I've been treating it as I'm just learning right now, and I'm not like trying to build out a game. So I guess to answer the question, I would build that out if it was something that I was interested in learning how to do, and just like build out that system so I had a sense of how to do it later. But if I'm not going to be building like a looter shooter with that kind of system in the future, then I probably won't implement something like that. That's like you. Yeah. I'm just trying to take it one step at a time and learn things. Like, this is a much simpler solution than I even had yesterday. Like, this is what, 10 lines of code basically to do exactly what I want. The only prompt was born 2 weeks ago? You're kidding, right? You didn't do all of that in 2 weeks. Or are you just saying you like start? No, you must be joking. Okay, so it's working for top-down tree. We can deal with the scale a little bit. Actually, we can. What's the code base look like? No, 100%. I'm not sure what the no and 100% were referring to. Saying that it was not built 2 weeks ago, or it was 100%. How do you have so many testimonials if you only have been working on it for the last 2 weeks? Okay. So let's just quickly, how do I want to do the scale thing here though? So I mean, like, obviously need to store that. Really? You have 14 years of network, lots of trade a video for a lifetime key. Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Hey, if you built that in 2 weeks, that's really, really impressive. Yeah, that's super impressive. The circle is strong. Nice. That's cool, dude. And I really appreciate just you and then everyone else who is hanging out. Because, like, you know, I'm a small streamer. I'm just chilling, building out, like, learning game dev. And if people want to come hang out, that's awesome. So it really is, you know, just kind of warm and fuzzy feeling to have people come and hang out with me while I'm doing this. Framer.com. Is that another thing you built? Careful, I might figure out who you are. You probably don't care, but oh, that's why you were able to make it so quick, is from using Framer. I see. Cool. Interesting. That's cool. Wait, so did you do the whole operating system yourself? Or is that like a, has someone else built that and you just kind of like built on top of it? Because like for 2 weeks of work, it works surprisingly well. For anyone new that's joined, let's, Unleashing's built this website. He says he's built it in the last 2 weeks, which, if he has, is very impressive. Not this website. I mean, he built this, but what I'm referring to is this that we're booting into. But like, I've never, I think you built out the UI all in Framer. So that's really cool. So he's built out this like operating system that you can use within your web browser. And you can like build websites. So I was showing this earlier. You can do like build tic-tac-toe with pretty CSS. Oops, I did the thing again where I hit okay, I need to restart this because I keep hitting enter instead of pressing generate, and I was told not to do that. What does the settings do? Nothing. Okay, build tic-tac-toe with pretty CSS. Whoops, what did I, sidebar, oh. I'm finding bugs. So in a second, it'll pop up with code, and then, assuming I didn't like break something by dragging somehow. This is taking longer than it was before. Okay, here we go. So it didn't look like it changed, actually. The pretty CSS didn't seem to change anything. This is like oh. Weird. It output tic-tac-toe without being able to see the X's and O's. Use this as a prompt. Okay, create me a fully functional with proper CDN imports for a Firebase working SSO login sign up page with moving background and vaporware vibes, super responsive. So, as someone who doesn't, so you're making this for people who probably, I mean, know how to like code a little bit, but not code a ton. Or at least it feels like that's the idea. Maybe I could be wrong about that. Okay, I gotta restart again. But as someone who doesn't know, I'm not saying me, but for like some of your potential customers, or your like the people you're looking to sell this to, they don't necessarily know like what a CDN is, what Firebase is, what a front end or back end is even. They just kind of like, maybe it's a product manager or something who like has worked with engineers but doesn't know the like full lingo. There'll be a whole school type vibe too. Okay, cool. Cool. Wait, what was the with moving background and vaporware vibes super responsive? That's cool. Man, like all the LLMs are getting crazy good. So Unleashing, were you saying that you're not the only one working on this? I think you had mentioned we before. Because like, if you're the only one working on this, super impressive. Obviously, still super impressive with more than one person. But like 2 weeks to build all this, to me feels like I wouldn't have slept at all in the last 336 hours. Not to mention you having time to like hang out on stream with me. You have another guy with you? Yeah. It's still crazy impressive. Super cool. Okay, I think I'm running up on time here. Yeah, I do have to hop now. So we didn't get a lot of stuff done on the stream today, but we did figure out how we're going to... You didn't. We did figure out how we're going to handle the loading and unloading, or like all the visibility stuff with all of our nodes and scenes from now on. Found a really simple solution for it. I don't know performance wise how good it is if we're like adding references, but it might not be too bad. Red Bull and ADHD need to get it done, or you won't be able to get it off your mind. Gotcha. Yeah. I sometimes wish I was that way, but I get exhausted. Like I can only stream for, my longest stream was 3 hours, and that was like really pushing it. I can really only go like an hour and a half, 2 hours before I need to hop off. And I also just have like stuff I do, so I can't do this all the time. I have other responsibilities that I need to attend to. But that's totally good. Makes this fun. And it's a good release, and just kind of like helps me build up the muscles of like learning new skills and whatnot. But yeah. All right. Thanks for hopping on, everyone. I think I'll be on again probably tomorrow. It was a fun session. Unleashing, really appreciate you hopping on and chatting so much. Good luck with the launch tomorrow. Let me know how it goes, and I hope it goes well. And yeah, didn't make a whole lot of progress on the game, but we will tomorrow, and we'll get all of the scenes using the new light detection system. But yeah, good stream, guys. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, I'm down, dude. I'm super down. That sounds fun. All right. Bye, everyone.